Hello, and welcome back to the Indiana University Funding Board video tutorials. This video will explain how to submit the online group responsibility form. Now, keep in mind that this is a post-approval action item that must be completed after your organization has received a funding allocation. So if you're watching this video, chances are you have already received approval that the board granted you money. So congratulations. Here we will look at once you have received an approval, the individual that submitted your application, so in this case, hopefully that is you, will receive an email notifying you of a request status change for the event that you applied for. So open that email, and within the email you will see right now it is a standard message that every organization will receive. In the future, it is possible that this video will still be in use, but the actual message that is within the email will have the capability of being customized, and you may be able to actually find the link directly to the group responsibility form within the text of this message. So just be on the lookout for that in the future. If you do not see it looking exactly like this email, don't worry too much. Just read the email and follow the instructions. For this instance, though, you will need to click on View Comments to actually open the event. So this will likely automatically log you in back into the Campus Labs beINvolved system where you originally submitted the application for funding. Here you will pull up the event. In this case, it was the sample event that was applied for in the previous tutorial video. And you can see that the event has been approved. To look at the budget and the approval, you'll click on the Budget tab here and see that of the $1,412.50 that was requested, the funding board granted you and your organization $1,030. You can then look down at expenses to see how each line item was modified. So in this case, each line item received a 20% deduction, and $1,030 was approved. You will then be able to see any comments, so all the adjustments receive a comment, and the comment here shows that the board has decided to award the organization money and that there are a few action items that need to be completed before the SOA or SOA check can be submitted or received by your organization. And the main one here is actually the group responsibility form. Now, this link is actually cut off a little bit here, and we are hoping to get that fixed. But in the case that it is still cut off, you can actually highlight a little bit of the second line and then Control-C and copy that and open a new web browser and go back to that last number, and you're going to want to search that link right there, so ending in the second 3. You then will need to sign in to your beINvolved account, and it will pull up the group responsibility form for Funding Board. And this may look a little bit different, especially if you have ever filled out the group responsibility form in the past before this new application system. But essentially it says the same thing. We just want to make sure that you read each line, and so you'll have to say to agree to all of these terms. And so in this case, it's as a student group registered with Student Life and Learning, you acknowledge that you will ethically use the money awarded by the board, and that this money does come from IU students and cannot be used for purchases that were not approved by the board, and that you accept full liability of the purchases made with the allocated amount, and that your group could be barred from receiving future funding and if there are any infractions. You will then put in the information for your organization and enter your electronic signature, date the request, and then hit next. You can then review this submission, and you can go back in and edit that if you would like, but then you must make sure and hit submit for approval. This will show you that you were successfully able to submit your form, and here you will see that you submitted a form to the Indiana University Funding Board and that it is pending. The board co-directors will then be able to go in and view your form. Once it has been submitted and reviewed and approved, your organization will actually see that it's been approved, and within a few days of receiving the group responsibility form, you should actually be able to go into your beINvolved account and see that see a transfer in your beINvolved account. So in this case, we're going to go into the organizations that you're involved in, and so we're going to go to the sample organizations beINvolved account and look at the finance tab. So under your sample organization, you have many tabs. Go into the finance tab. You will then look at accounts, and as you can see, you have received an allocation of $1,030. So that is what will happen after you have submitted your group responsibility form. It could take up to a week or 10 days to actually see that balance in your account. Just keep in mind that although you may see the balance, this is not where the actual money will be spent from. The money is still going to go through SOA, the Student Organization Accounts Office, and so it could take longer before you see the actual balance in your SOA account. This is strictly for the purpose of tracking your funds within Indiana University Funding Board. So you'll see the balance, and then you'll look for that transfer as well within your SOA account. And you know then that your group responsibility form was approved, which you will actually receive an email when your group responsibility form has been approved as well. So that's really it for submitting your group responsibility form and checking out the balance in your account. The next tutorial video will actually talk a little bit more about creating a purchase request, which is what you will do once your event or initiative has been completed and you need to submit your receipts and transfer any money back to the IU Funding Board that was not spent for the initiative. And we will talk about that in our next video. So thank you so much for watching this tutorial, and we hope it was helpful. Thank you.